So I jumped on a plane in Denver, Colorado, flew over the Rockies and into San Francisco. There I saw a bridge called the Golden Gate and people working very late. Up next I flew across the sea to a place called Papeti. I chilled on the beaches, climbed some hills, and then I was off to New Zealand. In Auckland I had a meat pie, then in Wellington a friend said hi. From there I went to the Wairarapa and surprised the family for Christmas.
Something! Oh, darling! Oh, I don't believe it!
After a family portrait, I was in the air again and down to Christchurch. Did some boating in the ocean, took a photo of a fish, then went paragliding at Taylor's Mistake. After New Zealand, it was time for Europe, but not until first stopping over in Australia in Abu Dhabi, and finally arrived in Paris. After checking out Paris, I jumped on a train to Beauvais, where I saw this cool-ass church, which is undergoing renovations. Then got on a plane in Beauvais and ended up in Romania, just as the sun was setting, so I got to see a cool sunset over the capital Bucharest. These are some of the government buildings, massive buildings. And the thing about Romania is it's so cheap compared to many other places in Europe, especially the next place that I went to, which was Switzerland. After landing in Geneva, I got to check out the city, which is where the United Nations headquarters is. So I saw this big ass chair with a broken leg and the flags of each of the countries in the world. A few hours later, I was back in the air again on a flight to Porto in Portugal, where I saw this cool ass Harry Potter inspired library, some nice views by the sea, and this cool ass building. Back in the air again, I made a quick stop over to Rome, where I saw the ruins of the ancient city, and there was this round building called the amphitheatre, which I got to take a selfie in front of. So many ruins around, followed by cool as big buildings. But the thing about Rome is there was a lot of people there. On the subway I could barely move. The last stop on the trip before heading back to the US was the Vatican City, where I got to check out the St. Peter's Basilica, and then had a few more flights, flew from Rome back to Porto, then Porto to Newark, had a few delays along the way, and from Newark back to Denver, and here I am at the end of the trip.